Hello, good evening. Welcome in. It is me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot. I hope you're doing fabulously well. With the new moon energy in Scorpio, I am going to be welcoming a new deck into the tribe, into my tribe of divination tools. So I can't wait to use that. I have already cleansed each card face down, so I get to be just as surprised as you are. So we're just going to do a little quickie message here after the live on the spiritual view, which was wonderful. If you're wanting to know about any kind of grounding and protecting that you can do in this new moon energy, we do during Scorpio season. The veil is always very thin, so I mean, it is the day of the dead today. Skull candies are welcome. So, isn't if anybody is painting their face as a candy skull. I'd love to see that. Hey, welcome in. Thank you so much. Happy Friday to you. So let's see here. It looks like we're just going to get the one. This is an alchemist energy. We've been talking about this all week. Oh my gosh, and I haven't seen this card yet. It's a 19 energy, which is the energy of the sun. And all we have to do to get to this happiness, these seem very dualistic here, which would be appropriate for today's energy because it's a special 2 day. Today's date of 11/1/2024 adds up to the number 20, which is the card of judgment, of resurrection, of past life soulmate energy resurging. It's a yes card. We get rewards for our past efforts. And we also find resolution to move on with a clean slate kind of energy. And it looks like, in order to do that for this resolution here, this is transmutation of pain. She's the alchemist of pain. And see how this is through a sieve. She's taking that pain and she's letting it filter through the sieve. And right away, getting if there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean for the May Queen. Okay, so those bushes there beside her, that was the first thing. I've never seen this card before. That's the first thing I thought of. The 19 would further break down to the Wheel of Fortune. So this could be exactly the thing that turns the luck in our favor. Then that further breaks down then to the magician energy, which is the four aces of potential. So if we can really work on sifting through what it is that we need to do here, we've got this fertile garden under the full moon energy. Even though it's a new moon, that's where Pisces is sitting, and that is the Sabian symbol right now. That whole last 5 degrees is about a realization of faith. The last 5 degrees of Scorpio is about passion. We have Mercury in Scorpio right now. And then we also have that Mars in Cancer energy at its last 5 degrees, which is uniting. So a realization of faith will mean that we need to sort through some things and realize maybe times where we have not had faith. The bottom of the deck today is the energy of the judgment card. That's a 20. 2 plus 0 is a 2, which is the high priestess. So that energy is definitely afoot. If white polar bears resonate for you in any way, that's a sign for you as well. Oh my gosh, Judy, I'm so glad you popped in because there was another card that flew out for you I don't know if you saw it or not. I was trying to hold it up and kind of sneak it in there to see if you saw it. Another 11, butterfly spirit transformation. And transformation is beautiful. So today's energy, like the alchemist of pain much here. So we're sifting through, we're sieving through these things and letting the rest go. Bottom of the deck, priestess of original innocence. Once we do this, guys, we realize that even this is pain we may not have been carrying ourselves. This could even be ancestral. It is the Day of the Dead after all, and the veil is at its thinnest. So, in light of the new moon, I want to kind of see here if maybe it's not a long one, the 19 energy of the sun, which is interesting because um, the sun is in Scorpio and the moon is in Scorpio. So even though they're opposing right now in the sky, they're still helping each other. Okay. So this Scorpio energy requires us to go to the depths in order to kind of drum up some past pains in order to alchemize them and turn that into wisdom. We've been talking about this for the last week at least. So let's go ahead and see what this new card is all about. I have not seen that yet. That's really, really cool. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean for the May Queen. Okay. Let's see here. And that is following Empress of Pleasure. Interesting. Okay, so pain is a sacred ally. Suffering is a devourer of the psyche, a devourer of the psyche. We cannot control pain, it just happens. But we do have some influence over how much we suffer. When we hold on to the injustice of pain, it can turn into suffering. And so it behooves us to release the pain through the healing power of creativity. When we sing our sorrows, dance our turmoil, or otherwise alchemize our hurt into art, we offer the pain back to the earth while also blessing it with our offering of beauty. This is a sacred alchemy that comes only after grief. A woman in total control of herself knows she must grieve first, giving her heart the space it needs to bleed out all the messages that would diminish her. Ignore the voices that suggest you should be over it by now, or tell you grief looks one way but not another, or suggest that you somehow deserve this pain. The medicine you need to heal is actually inside the wound. So let it bleed out. Empty the wound of pain and empty your heart of tears. Only when you are willing to sit with the agony and companion, your sorrow will sense the medicine rising. It may come slowly, but over time, you will sense an ache to create something from this void. A woman in total control of herself rises when she answers the call to alchemize her pain into creative offering. This is your time to heal. Know this. The rise will come. So I find that terribly interesting that they're calling um, sorrow the companion, because we just talked about that duality, right? It is also the festival of lights, that light bulb turning on. I thought I was totally okay with something, but I guess I really never grieved it. I just kind of pushed it aside and convinced myself I was okay. Okay, that it always shows up somehow. Now, this priestess of original innocence, 26, that's an 8 energy. Another very dualistic energy of balance. One thing soothes and balances the other. We were talking on the show tonight about Cancer opposing Capricorn. Okay, it's sister sign. Cancer is energy is being held by Mars. Mars does not love it there. Okay, we're in the last 5 degrees of that, as well as Capricorn and Pluto, which is literally transformation. So that butterfly energy. Normally today, on a 2 day, we mostly get digits that reduce to an 11. So the fact that you got 2 11s on that was kind of crazy. But today is an energy of notoriety. Normally that would be a path of knowledge day. But because we have added today's date up to a 20, it's the path of notoriety. It's judgment time. Okay. We're calling up old wounds to be released. Don't be alarmed about it. It's just a spring clean. Okay. That's what new moons are all about. new starts, new energy, new intentions. And the time is tonight to set those. So, that was super cool. I mean, that was awesome. Couldn't have made that ish up. And I didn't even know that card flew out. I'm thankful that Elizabeth pointed that out. Let's look at this energy here with this 26 right quick. The priestess of original innocence. Don't you just, I wish I had, well, I don't wish I had that outfit, but she looks warm. I'm going to a bonfire later. Only if he's still living and he's friendly, because that's not cool otherwise. Even though much thought has gone into convincing you of your original sin as a means of keeping you small and disempowered, it's innocence that keeps pace with you, like an invisible companion hoping someday to be noticed and loved. Original innocence is your birthright. All you have to do is look at a newborn to understand this. We don't love the baby because of what it has accomplished. And we don't shame the baby for making messes or being loud or inconveniencing us. The child is treasure, as is nothing but beingness required. New birth energy, new moon. A woman in total control of herself knows her innocence as her most foundational nature and indulges the arms of that gentle awareness around her, holding her in its loving embrace. Now's the time to let go of any shaming thoughts, anguish should haves, or weighty doubts. You're being asked to transform the perpetual thought, what is wrong with me, into it's in the way of me experiencing my innocence right now. You are a treasure, as is. Wrap that truth around you in this moment. You're a treasure. See, it says so right here. Truth. Sisterhood of reciprocity right underneath that. Boy, is that a fun energy. Look at everybody dancing. Very three of cups energy, four of wands energy of celebration, unity. I love that. That's what a great start. So I am going to be opening a brand new deck for y'all today. I've already blessed the cards, each one, and then put them face down as they came out. So I wanted to be surprised. I wanted to bring out a brand new deck on a new moon. How cool is that? I don't even know. All I have my hands. My poor little hand. I had to wear this ugly finger brace, and it's ugly, and I don't like it. Look how pretty the silver foiling, just gorgeous, really beautiful. So now normally I would go through and lay them out in piles of four just to make sure I get a really good shuffle, but I just want to see what comes out here for us. Seven of Wands, standing our ground, protecting our energy. Five of Wands, we're protecting our energy because something's trying to come at us here. So there's like, oh my gosh, did you guys see my notes today? Oh my god, so they're down below, but that is hysterical. I wrote the last thing I did, I drew like a little candy skull, and then I decided that I was gonna put a mustache on the candy skull. You can see it there. And I called him Dr. Candy Skull. Look at that. Look, that is hysterical. Can you see his little mustache? You gotta be kidding me. And I put Movember because today's November 1st, and there's always like a dudes grow out their mustaches for some reason during November, and it's called Movember. So I decided to put a mustache on my candy skull. So this must be important. So you're stronger than you think you are here. These are boundaries being erected for sure because somebody looks like they're trying to get at you. And there's the Four of Wands that I just mentioned, that celebration energy. It looks like maybe somebody is trying to play a game or trying to use you as a pawn in their game. And these are just free flowing thoughts of my intuition, guys, because I've never seen these cards before. So, of course, I will still use the themes of the traditional energies, but I just find it so fascinating when I get a new deck and I just go from the hip. So it looks like there's someone on the outside looking in that thinks they can maneuver you in a certain way here. And Seven of Wands here is telling me, well, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Let's see what else is going on here. Bottom of the deck with that energy, Seven of Pentacles. And this is so interesting. These cards are really oddly wonderful and delightful because they're so odd. Thanks for hitting the like button, you guys. I appreciate that. So, Seven of Pentacles traditionally is all about waiting to reap what you sow. I'm seeing roses and some magnolias, which I feel like we saw last night. There's a half-eaten apple here. So she's holding that half apple that's like a knowledge coming up, coming into fruition, or that's just not quite there yet. We've gathered half of the knowledge. There's a little rake here, but there's some other knowledge that will be coming in. And this might even be to the surprise of anybody that's trying to use you as a pawn in their little game because you haven't had this boundary before for some reason. And she's sitting on top of the tree like I'm taking the high road on this. 77, that came out for the yin energy in the bottom. It was Seven of Wands, and what was that bottom seven? I can't quite remember. Maybe you guys do, but that was a 77 energy as well. That may be important for you. Add those two together. We did get temperance, the number for temperance in our live tonight. Getting fives here of change. You guys doing anything fun tonight? The butterfly, oh, they're so pretty, right? I hope you got to see that. I was like trying to sneak it up on the screen there. Anything else that's going to come out on the surface energy, but that's an 1111, by the way. Just saying. So there, yeah, let's see what this wants to say. If you weren't here right now, you would not freaking believe it. There's your 11 again, as we're talking about it. Balance, justice is coming in. This duality is evening out. And so, like I said, I feel like somebody thinks that they can easily use you as a pawn, and they better guess again because you're taking the high road. And look at her sitting on top of that building with her sword of truth. That's crazy. So, wow. There's some balance that apparently wants to be happening here. So we either need to get our vibration up. This is y'all looking down here on whatever this justice is. Now, the songs of today, I've got three from the same album. It is a band called Bootstraps, and I jotted that I the you know, if you don't know what bootstraps are, if you've never heard the term pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, it definitely starts here, and definitely in recognizing that we are a pure soul that has come here to learn, right? We've got to transmute some of this energy that's just not ours. And you looking over and towering over to make this balance happen. This is like somebody's going to be guessing again here. And I wrote, I don't want to be your runner up, and I don't want to stay in touch. So if someone's coming back to present themselves, make sure that you're watching their actions and they're coming in a balanced energy, because if they're not, they're going to throw us off balance, right? And that whole episode really was about how to protect our energy, especially with this veil being very thin right now. It's an energy of reevaluation. There might be some kind of sleeping giant here that's been at play. That was the second song. It's called Sleeping Giant. And he says, some old girl weighs on your mind, heavy as the web of lies that some old kid always told. Left ages since we spoke, like bony branches overgrown. Hack out the limbs with roots below. But you and I, undivided. Balance. Don't leave your love a sleeping giant. Hmm. Crossed by 19 of the sun. So the sun energy that I was talking about here, the sun, and then like it was the full moon, the big white moon here, we do have again that realization of faith, a fertile garden under the full moon. We are strained. That might be a little far, but still, it's fun. We are constrained to see our lives as the fulfillment of our desires. We cannot have that fulfillment unless we are balanced in our own self first, right? And we have filled our own heart's cup, and only the excess is what is shared with others because we are leaving that overgiving behind. Don't be alarmed. It's just a spring clean. There's a new way of being. And if they don't they expect you to be the same, that you're not going to have a boundary because you didn't before, they better guess again. That's beautiful. Justice crossed by the sun. This new balance is making you very happy. What I was going to say earlier, I only got to read this piece of it. There are 5 additional cards in this deck, apparently, that you can choose to take out or leave in. I'm just going to read with it. We're going to go with it. So now that we have our theme here, let's see what this reading's all about. There is a look like a sparrow here. Why on that magnolia? It looks like her head is like a big magnolia flower. I'm wondering, and her hair is clouds in this picture. I am wondering what that magnolia energy is all about. You're rising above this. There's some doves of peace here. Some kind of that's a starling or a message coming in about balance, or a message that's going to make you very happy. But again, I don't think that they expect your energy to be so high up, and you're not the same as you were. If this is a person from the past, you're not the same. You're not the same old girl that they used to know. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 6 of swords for you there, Judy. Spirit carrying you on, trying to show you the way, trying to have you find your anchor here. And this is connected, your anchor, your balance, your happiness is connected to this star energy there up top. And you don't have to be an island, but you will be if that person's not in balance and you're like, I'm happy on my own, see you later. Until you're coming at me in a balanced energy, it's yeah, it's sleeping giant or not. So this may be some pain that is a chance for you, this person coming back in to say hello, or this is something coming back around again, that now that you're more enlightened, like your intuition is on fleek here. Now that you're more enlightened, you're like, I know what makes me happy. I know what throws me out of balance. I know how to listen to spirit here. I know where I'm going. So you better tell me something good. Keep that attitude. I would. Okay. Crossed by 6 of swords, crossed by 3 of cups, reunion energy. You better tell me something good. Okay. They're not going to be able to put you through those same hoops that they might have before. You're not the same old girl they used to know. You're different. You're a grown ass person now. This might be someone even as far back as childhood. If it was a high school sweetheart or something where you left your love a sleeping giant, that could be. You're different now. So don't be scared of this. I would consider this a chance to show your growth and to show your balance and your strength, to show your happiness. When you're beaming like the sun, everybody wants a piece of that. Right. So if you and they come in there, if they're coming in with that same dark cloud, or it's just like in your dreams, maybe even too, the message trying to come in from spirit through your dreams. And there's this message here coming in as well. I keep looking at that black energy. It's like, I'm trying to tell you something here. I'm trying to show you the way. And it's like the sun card's like, I got it. I got the message. I understand. I understand. Okay. Let's keep it going here. Three of Cups, definitely reunion energy. You are not the same person that they used to know. Okay. What's this balance with this balance? This justice keep coming up, Spirit, please, and thank you. What is this balance coming in? What is this sword of truth? Give me more information. We've got the Four of Cups. Yeah, it's some old person that you used to know that you need to transmute energy from. Okay, I know this. The ring light gives a glare here. Um, There's a bustle in your hedgerow. This is a long-standing beef kind of energy. Don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean for the May Queen for you to understand your strength and who you are. You're not that same person that they used to know. That's just not quitting. And this could have been someone very, very much who very much disappointed you. There's a goose here holding an umbrella over her to shield her from this. I feel like this is your protection energy here, the Six of Swords, like floating with you, anchoring you to yourself, making sure you're still connected to your star because you are beaming like the sun. Do not let anybody make you feel some kind of way, even if they were able to back then, not no mo. Okay, you've got to help that swan energy here, that goose or that whatever that is. I think he's a goose, can't quite tell. But you've got this energy of protection around you now, of balance. You have spirit helping you this time. You're more enlightened. You're not the same person. Four of Cups is crossed by King of Pentacles. Yeah, you're abundant, you're mature. This is a mature ass person. Okay. You're like, yeah, like maybe you used to do those things, but I'm a lot more fun now. I'm a lot more happy now. And I'm not that same person. Are these daffodils, guys? I'm not the greatest on the flowers. Is that a daffodil? Oh, I don't know. There's always meaning in that, guys. So what you can do too is take a note down and just literally Google spiritual meaning of daffodil, spiritual meaning of goose. Okay, they'll all have some extra information for you. I do believe that is a starling. So there'll be something there for you. Okay. Crossed by King of Pentacles. This could be, yeah, this is a person from the past. This could be somebody you used to dream about. Like she has a castle literally in her hair and she's opening up a fan of these daffodils of the bright yellow energy. That's the energy of the sun, of our third chakra, our happiness. um, some old girl you used to know, but I think your heart might have been a little bit a flutter for them. You might have saw them as a prince energy, and then they disappointed you, and you've never thought much more about it, perhaps, or you've been carrying this with you. You just had no idea that that's what that was. And Spirit's here to tell you, I got you this time. You're not. It's not the same thing. There's the Judgment energy right there underneath the King of Pentacles. This could be who you're making a judgment about. Archangel Michael sounding his horn. Again, a reward for past efforts that are deserved. Reward. I mean, she's super abundant here. The kings in this deck are all feminine energies. And again, the king is like of retirement age or someone who is secure. So it's like maybe you still feel like this inside, but spirit's like, you're different now. You're more balanced. You're this. This is what you're taking with you to the table. Even if it hurt last time, it's not something like if you got a reunion coming up, or whatever that is, or decision to make here, you're not the same. And this is very different energy. Okay. What about on the other side here of this justice energy? I want to keep that judgment card out. What's on the other side of this Four of Cups? I've got that 11 energy. I want to know what each stick is. Oh, yeah, big time wacky dreams here. Three of Swords, yeah. Someone who got you in the heart thief there, and it says justice. So I said over here, someone who it didn't turn out very well, and you've been carrying it with you, this heartache. Okay, and it needs to be taken through that sieve. It's just a way for you to go, oh, okay, didn't realize that was still there. I need to transmute that energy. No time, better time than the present, because we got new moon, new start energy, right? This is crossed by the Empress. You are not this heartbroken, dissatisfied person anymore. Look at that. These are opposites, okay? One informs the other, that duality, that dualistic energy. Empress and King of Wands underneath that. Okay, and it does feel like, let me see if I can get any information of who this other person is. Let me put our themes over here on the side. So that alchemist of pain with that sun energy, that double 19, this can really turn things around and get that winning combo, the star. So over here of our theme, staying connected to your star, that's your ankle, your ankle. Bootstraps, you pulling your bootstraps up at your ankles. Here, that is about staying anchored in your center, staying attached. The stars work. Like, you've got to stay attached to that dream. It's got to be an ever turning dream in order. It's not just a wish that just comes. That's manifesting. This is wish granted energy. Okay. And there's that castle again that we were seeing up here in the King of Pentacles in her hair. And this is like wish granted. And it's shocking. Maybe you assumed that there was a reason for this, and it literally wasn't that at all. We just, when we're young, we don't understand kind of, human relationships. This is this is like holding on to, well, this is what I wished, this is what happened. I was like holding on to that castle, but that was never, that was from a young a young heart perspective. We didn't know what we didn't know yet. Okay, much different now. This is not the same energy here. And I find it terribly interesting that in the heart of this are the two differing energies for the High Priestess, 11 of Justice and the 20 of Judgment, both reduced to a 2, which is today's energy. Okay, so I'm trying to get information on this person. I don't think they had any idea that you held them in that esteem if this is what this is about for you. It might be somebody that that you pass this message on to. It might blow their mind. Crossing energy, 5 of Pentacles. Look at that. That is an invisible. I always talk about the invisible cages, the invisible bars of society, the invisible bars of of religion, right? Of education, of whatever puts us in a box. But those, you can get right through those. Those are just of the mind, right? Um, the invisible bars are put up there for us, but not by us. That can be invisible bars of beauty. That can be invisible bars of expectation, of familial expectations, right? But they're invisible. You decide. You get to decide. The Age of Aquarius, that top-down structure, those invisible bars, they're falling down. You can step right through. So if we're looking at this person, I don't I don't feel like they had any idea. They were in a lack mindset at the time that you were thinking that they were the bee's knees. And maybe you thought, that's why I said, I don't think it was what you thought. They were going through something here. They could have even been going through homelessness. They could have, there were things happening that you didn't understand. And for whatever reason, you thought it was you. Not so. Not so. Queen of Cups. They actually held love here. And their mind is blown. I think that you thought that you did something wrong or it was you. It just was not the case. And there's our seahorse back again. And she's sitting right on top. That pearl's inside. It's not what you thought it was. It had nothing to do with you. In fact, you were the sun here. I don't think you knew that. I think those were your own insecurities here talking, right? Oh, they couldn't possibly, but they just had no idea. I think you took personally what was ever going on in their life, but you had no idea what they were going through. Um, okay, there's a lot here. Emperor, Nine of Cups, 10 of Wands, and 5 of Swords. Look at that. You can be gaslighting yourself. You convinced yourself of this whole story that just wasn't true. You thought it must have been you, but it wasn't. And look at this, 10 of Wands. We're setting down that story. Those are tulips that she's picking up, all those flowers that are on her back. And now she's amongst the tulips and she's able to only pick that tulip, which is a sign of the lover's energy. Also, the Magician, because you used to send tulips to those like our secret admirer or someone that you liked or they liked you, you would get tulips instead. And she's trying to pick that big ass tulip, but she's got all these other burdens, all these other kinds of flowers on her back. Are you ready to set down the heaviness of whatever this was? Because the 5 of Swords is nobody wins. That's like cheating at the game or skewing the game. And you're like, oh, he just had no heart for me, and you're hiding from that here. It just wasn't true. And so all these years, you've carried this burden and you had no idea that there were actually feelings there. You blamed yourself for something that had nothing to do with you. That's coming through here big time. Empress and Emperor. If there's a bustle in your head, what is this? What's this bustle in your hedgerow? And look at here. This is, the cage wire underneath those old timey dresses that, would have the bustle in the back. Better, hustle your bustle. Hustle your bustle. There's a bustle in your hedgerow. You thought you were left out in the cold for a reason that was completely made up in your mind. You convinced yourself that it was something about you, and it just weren't. Point blank, period. And it's something that you carried with you here, when in actuality it could have been something, it looks like. But maybe this is like storming off, or like I made this judgment, and all these laters now, all these years later, and you're telling me that was never true. Not for whoever reading this is for. Your energy has come up significantly since this time. I mean, King of Pentacles, Empress, and then what we talked about earlier today with that Ace of Cups, when our own heart's cup is full, the Ace of Cups comes into our self first. Then the matching energy comes. Then the matching energy. Look at that mustache. Dr. Candy Skull coming through again. Hi, guys. Oh my gosh. You have to let me know, Judy. I am dying. I'm so glad it's resonating for you. I'm here to tell you, like, we need to let it is not, it's not what you thought, okay? It's just not. Let me get some Nine of Cups underneath that, which is wish fulfillment. Because of how much you've I mean, you never know. You could have been their total wish fulfillment and they're like, "Where'd they go?" They had no idea why you just up and disappeared. Wow. And now look at, I mean, this is holding you in high esteem here. We got to walk away from this old story. Okay, let's get you guys out of here. I'm on my way to a BBQ. Well, not a barbecue, a bonfire. So we're heading out there soon. Let me get this. What is resurrecting here? What is this resurgence? What sleeping giant? What can we hack out? The overgrown limbs. What can we hack off of here? What sleeping giant needs to be hacked off? Well, okay. Four of Swords. And look at that feather, an old story from the past that you've been sleeping night after night on that needs, this is a story that line that needs healed. She's balancing right on that moon too, and there's these feathers. This is that Six of Swords energy. It's trying to come to you in your dreams. They're like, we're trying to tell you. Let me reach through my screen. Shake it. Pay attention to your dreams. They're on fleek right now. Yeah. Bottom of that energy, Ten of Swords, Four of Swords, Ten of Swords. Good God. This has been with you a hot minute. And Ten of Swords, good thing it's that, because 1 + 0 is 1, and we're coming into the actual truth of it. If there's a bustle in there's been a bee in your bonnet about this for a long freaking time. This could even be 10 years or more. This is what we need to set down, guys. The healing that needs to take place, like, put a fork in it, because it's just not true. We gotta let that go. And you got to understand what a pure soul that you are. Um, this 29 degrees Cancer of uniting energy, a muse, weighing twins, balancing our personal experiences. Holy itche. Balancing our personal experiences against accepted knowledge. This is new information coming into you, and you're like, wait, what? Excuse me? I've been in 10 Swords about this for a decade, and this was really what was going on with them, had nothing to do with you. Our mind, especially if in childhood, we convince ourselves that things are our fault. Children have an uncanny knack at that, and that's a sad thing. It's just not true. Whatever is coming up for you right now, whatever is coming up in the energy, whatever is coming through to dreams, it's to inform you. It's for your best and highest good. Do not push it away. Spirit is trying to show you that this was just not true. Whatever this was, okay, it's time to let it go. It's trying to come to you in your dreams as well. Lots of cards with messages trying to come from spirit. They've been trying to protect you through this, get through this judgment call. This is a reevaluation energy. Okay. This whole storyline in your head, you are different now. Okay. And that story was wrong. That's what I'm getting. Let's get some advice for you all and get you out of here. I hope that's making sense, guys. Well, okay. The only one that turned over, the 26 again. Wow. Where was the 20? Oh, the 26. And I said the sun when that thing came out, and there was our part of our theme energy. Our 11 and our 20 came out of today's two High Priestess energy, Priestess of Original Innocence. Read it. And look at the little hats. How freaking cute is that? That's an 8 energy of balance. Think first before you judge. All those cards. Think first before you judge. Did any other ones turn over? Stars. The star, you can manifest your every wish. You can manifest your every wish. Garden, something lovely will grow from this. Look at her holding that sword. Okay, and there's the tower energy. Unplug and relax for a spell with the number 3 of the Empress. It's something is a complete 180 than what you thought. That's what we're getting. All right, guys, this was only supposed to be a quickie, so I got to skedaddle, but I just want to say hi to y'all. Thank you so, so much for coming in, Miss Josie, Miss Judy, Miss, I can't see that well, sorry. Miss, oh, hi, John, I'm so sorry, I didn't even see you. Miss Aqua Jen, thank you for popping over after that reading. You know how to release the energy. Yes, that is so important when you take that on. Definitely take all that advice into yourself. Like, just try it. If you think it sounds a little, well, if you thought it sounded wackadoodle, I don't think you'd be here in the first place because you met me. So it does work. It does work. Thank you, guys. Miss Jennifer, thank you so much. Miss Monique, I almost said Miss Unique. Hmm. Did I? And I've been getting the rabbit. I just saw another one today, the white rabbit. And I was thinking, because there was 2 rabbits in a prior reading, and I'm like, that's Jupiter luck energy. So something you like, how do you catch a special rabbit, unique up on him? This information might I know. This information might sneak up on you. It might come to you in a way you didn't expect. We saw that Spirit's been trying to get it through to you for quite a while now. So maybe we just need to do a clearing tonight. And before you go to sleep, protect your energy and ask that what you need to know for your highest and best good come through to you in the dream state. Okay, it's a 1-8. What you thought, it's like literally the opposite of that. Okay, it weren't you. It weren't you. Oh my goodness. And the mustaches, that's cracking me up. Well, happy November. Even though I will not be growing a mustache this month. Only my Dr. Candy Skull did. So if this person has a mustache, I'd freak out. That'd be hilarious. So those are on the notes in the description box. But for now, that's what I'm seeing here, what I got for you. Thank you for helping me welcome in my new deck. And I will talk to you guys again later. Have a great new moon in Scorpio. See you again. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. I love you guys. Bye-bye.